Took me a while to get to this chapter, but definitely wasn't worth the wait, as Asta is already pulling out another blade, which we've been wanting to see him do for a while now, but the fact of that, what the properties of this blade can do, Lee might have fucked up really with letting Asta be able to grab that blade especially. I mean, clearly we knew this was going to be something that was going to give us an advantage in the L situation, but I will say, like, to find a solution already is a little quick-paced. I know obviously the series is known for a lot of its fast pacing with like how it handles things, but it still feels weird that it was like we've been introduced a solution like already to the problem that is clearly going to be spreading out, and it's like now we just got to get Asta around the entire country to take care of all of these L's. But with seeing him and a nice little touching moment, especially with the priest, this chapter had a little few things to talk about in there, so definitely time to get into like 159. So with this, we see immediately that Asta and like Yuno are facing off against the elf, and he's like, I need to check on father, I need to make sure that the other's okay. Yuno, buy me time. And he's like, please, I'm gonna take care of this guy on my own. Like, as you see like Nero watching this from the background, like just seeing like all these like plans and like crawl throughout the entirety of like the buildings and everything of like the Hajj village. And like we see that, like, you know, obviously it's like someone like Yuno is like, you know, being really extremely cocky about this, where he's like, you know, I'll beat him myself and all that. And he's just like, look, even though I know full well that you can probably handle this guy yourself. We get the situation of Asta when he's like, he's going to his father, like to like the father, and he's like trying to like hit him on the head with his sword. He's like, this isn't working. This isn't like anti-magic and like that. It's like, what the hell is this going on then? It's like the magic is already affecting his, like, it's left his body. It's like, what the hell is it? So it's like, it isn't magic. It's just like an offspring of the magic itself. It's like the poison has already started settling in, and like he's there like barely breathing. He's just like, you know, I can't ignore that loud ass brat that I knew. And it's like you see Asta like having all these nice little memories of like, even though like he's the father probably always had issues with him. It's like, you know, even if you're just an illusion and you're still that same loud obnoxious brat that I knew and all that. And he's like, I'm glad I got to see you. And he's like, there, like, just no, don't go yet and all that. You can see it, you can see me. And this is where we get that sword out. And he's like, wait, that's Leet's sword. That's the one that we were seeing. And he's like, it came out of the grimoire out of its own accord. Like, what's going on? And we see with this, the sword, it has the ability as it was absorbing the poison out of everyone. And when it was doing this, is like we see what it kind of originally looks like. It's same as Asta's like previous. Like, it's a lot more like his giant blade, where it's like all rusted apart, all going around, like not like where his previous blade was a lot more clearer color. But it's like he puts this into it, and the blade just starts like going deep black, and it's like, what, like, and he's like, what's going on with this and all that. He's like, you know, if with this power, like, I can clearly absorb this, maybe I can use this against the L's itself. And he's like, it removed the poison effect. He's like, what is going on with his ability on there? One thing to note as well, that like with this blade, is that it had a club on the symbol, like right as like he like activated into it, like into its like kind of true form, I guess you could say, is like its black form that we saw compared to like Lee when it was using the white. It had a club on it, so I was thinking like that could like resemble a little bit of, like, on there. So I think maybe if anything we could be seeing like 4 blades in total on there. If like maybe if each and every one of them is so far, like we haven't seen that on like the black blade, maybe we might see that if like we see a true version of that. We didn't see anything like that with the anti-sealing one, with the magic one. We didn't see it as a club, so it's interesting that we saw a club on this one with like this weird claymore kind of like weapon, which is like, it's still like Battle is like more about this weapon. It's like, especially every one of them have property. One clearly cancels out magic, the other one absorbs magic. This one seemingly deals with a specific kind of curse and like kind of this reincarnation magic, where it's like, I need to take care of this right now. And it's just like, look and all that. It's like, we need to free his soul straight away. And it's like we see Asta pushing like straight through this blade, and this time with succession. You see like this entirety of this like mana circle like enthralling around the body, and this is able to fully stop the reincarnation magic. He's like, one thing to note though is like he negated the reincarnation magic, however the blade we see is turning back into normal, so we don't know. It's like he needs to absorb some of their power in some way, or absorb, like, we still don't know the full true like credentials of this blade. However, we have an issue at the end of this chapter when Luck is already wanting to go out for a little fun. He already wants to make a little bit of move, and we see like there that we get to see Magna and the net. I was like, yes, please give me more Magna. I need more Magna in my life, and I need the finest, one of the finest members of the Black Bull, Vanessa, getting involved on there. And it's like, how are they going to handle a much more higher powered like Luck after everything? I mean, Magna's probably, if anything, the kind of weirdly closest one, but I really don't like, if anything, it's like, man, I hope we don't deal with Luck already, because I thought that was an interesting thing. And it's like, it's seemingly that like they're like how it's going so far is that we haven't even got a time to cool down. It's like Asta and all them haven't even had a chance to recover yet, so it's like now we've got like Magna and Vanessa being close around, where it's like they are now going to be dealing with this like situation with Luck. So whether or not that's going to go down, it's like, I will say, if anything, the pacing for this one was a little weird, where it's like, I really wish they kind of didn't deal with like straight away with the elf problem already. I think I would have liked if they kind of try and interrogate him or try and get anything, or like with finally understand a little bit more of the blade like that. And, like, I would wish that Asta's like, I need to learn how to fully use this power, instead of like, no, I've got the hang of it already, it's switched on there. But I still, like, the chapter itself was, like, definitely still decent on there, setting up a Magna, Vanessa, and Luck fight, which I'm definitely into. And we had a nice moment between Asta and the father, where it's like, even though we always see that he's like, he fucking, like, I hate you, kind of, and it's like, you're a shitty kid, but it's like, no, he generally, like kind of cares about him. There's some nice moments, but I feel like the pacing was the one real deterrent that's kind of put me away from this chapter, but it's setting up stuff as well with the blade, and it's like, it got me interested when the club appeared as well, where it's like, okay, so where is this, like, I'm thinking at the moment we might be having 4 swords, each one representing the countries and all that. Maybe this is like some sort of like, with the weapons and everything, it's like, Asta's got 2 out of the 3 right now, Leet's got 1, and does that mean Leet's got the other one, like the other 4th blade, or it's like, perhaps you're going to be seeing more? But like, it was like something I was mentioning for a while, where it's like, I was really happy with like Asta with the dual wielding for a while. It's going to be weird now that, like, in the video games, he's been mainly using the one blade and the other, so they're going to have to change that for, like, future games if they do that. So, overall, like, I did, like, enjoy the chapter and all that. I did like it, but I feel like pacing did take away from it. Like, that was the one thing. So I think it was a fine chapter. It wasn't a great one on there, which is a shame and all that, because it set up quite a lot of interesting things on there. But I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comments section down below. What do you think of Asta's new blade? What do you think about the whole club mystery going out? What do you think about the whole thing that's going on with Luck right now, that he's going to be facing off potentially against Magna and Vanessa? So that's going to be something on there. And also, do you think the pacing was a little weird in this chapter? But that is all for me. Thanks always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.